Hello, and welcome to Coffee on Korriban. This is going to be a quick little spoiler-free review of the Book of Boba Fett finale. First off, my rating for this episode, 8 out of 10. I would kind of place it in the middle of the pack as far as how I enjoyed this episode, but I will say, very satisfied with it. There's nothing that really stood out to jump it up to a 9 or a 10 out of 10. But I'm very, very happy with what we got in this episode. I had a question before going into this about how were they going to wrap up all of the little plot points that they set the groundwork for in the previous episodes. It seemed like a lot that they had to wrap up on before the season concluded. And they did that. They did that very well. There were no major cameos in this episode. We got a lot of satisfying showdowns in this episode. Some of the things that people expected to show up in this episode, they did come to pass. I'm happy with it. There's a few key lines by one of the characters that specifically is a stand-in for how people feel about the show. As an example, Fennec Shand in Chapter 5 said, "Living with the Tuskens has made you soft." That's a criticism a lot of people have had about Boba Fett, among other things. You know, he always runs back to his back to tank. Like, why does he always, the Beta Fett and all that? They address that. And one of the characters specifically talks about that and mentions that. We get the satisfying conclusion that we wanted. Now, whether this will lead to a greater deal with the Pikes in the future or Crimson Dawn, we don't know. We might get that in a future show, future series, or if they do a second season of the Book of Boba Fett, we don't know. Not gonna say who dies. I'll let you watch that yourself. But very, very satisfied. I'm trying not to get too excited because then I don't want to spoil anything. You know, this is spoiler free. But I think you're going to like it. If you haven't seen the episode yet, definitely go watch it. There's not as many big things that could be spoiled for you as much as in the last episode. Like I said, there's no major cameos or anything like that. But definitely something that you want to watch yourself before you see the reviews. I like it. And the main takeaway that I have from the series as a whole is they love Star Wars. They are passionate about it. They know what they're doing. Sure, the quality of the product might not be, top level TV that we're used to getting from, I don't know, other studios. This isn't going to go down as one of the best shows ever made. It's just not. But to me, that's not as important as knowing that the people that made it love it. They love what they're working on. They love this universe. And it shows in this episode, in the previous episodes. They love Star Wars. They know what they're doing when it comes to the Star Wars lore. And that, again, to me, is way more important than how many mirrors are on a bright red speeder bike. That's not as important to me. What's up, Charlie? Nice to see you. Thanks for the subscription recently, as in like 10 minutes ago. Thanks for stopping by. But again, just go watch the episode. You will like it. If you've been enjoying the series so far, you will like this episode. And I felt very satisfied. Going into this, I had the mindset of, we got so much in Chapter 6. Amazing episode. As long as they didn't do something egregious to mess it up in this final episode, in the finale, I would be happy with the series as a whole. They did that. They had a satisfying, thrilling, not over the top, tied it up in a neat little bow with a little bit of strings hanging off the side for future shows and seasons. But they did that. They didn't do anything terrible. A couple of the characters and groups in this, you guys probably can know who they are. I don't have strong positive feelings towards, but that was kind of mitigated in this episode. Even my criticisms against those groups or characters weren't as severe. So as a whole, I love this show. It's fantastic. As a Star Wars fan, it's doing it did, I guess, because now it's over. Wow, that's kind of a weird thought. It did what I wanted it to do. Just like The Bad Batch, maybe it wasn't the best TV show for you, but we got so much information that the Star Wars lore, the appreciation that it helped me to have for that part of the Star Wars galaxy was well worth the price of admission. And the price of admission was nothing because I'm leeching the Disney Plus account, not paying Disney any money in that sense. But it's great. I love it. That series as a whole, fantastic. I love it. Did everything I needed it to do. Luke and Ahsoka in the last episode was a bonus. Very, very cool action scenes in this finale. We get the final battle that we've kind of been building towards. And the action was great. I don't think that you'll have any complaints against the choreography or the action. Some of the setup to the battle I was a little iffy on, but that's just me nitpicking. But they know what they're doing. So go watch it. And in the comments below, if you have seen it, give me your rating out of 10. And if you haven't seen it, go see it. Just go see it. So to all my new subscribers, thank you very much. You've helped me get over 700. Very appreciative for that. Appreciate you guys. We're so close to 750, and at 750, we're doing another giveaway stream. So make sure you subscribe if you are not. But other than that, thank you for stopping by. Go watch the episode, and then let me know in my reaction video in the comments how you felt about the episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you wherever I happen to see you in the galaxy.